Have mercy on me, a sinner.
How does the poor sleep link to overweight? If you're trying to lose weight, the amount of sleep you get may be as important as your diet and exercise. Unfortunately, many people aren't getting enough sleep. In fact, about 30% of adults are sleeping fewer than 6 hours most nights, according to a study of U.S. adults. Stress, lost sleep is the problem for many people who are struggling to lose weight. Here are 7 reasons why getting enough sleep may help you lose weight.
1. Poor sleep is a major risk factor for weight gain and obesity. Poor sleep day after day has linked to a higher body mass index, BMI, and weight gain. Generally speaking, people should sleep at least 7 hours a night. Short sleep duration increased the likelihood of obesity by 89% in children and 55% in adults. Another study followed about 60,000 non-obese nurses for 16 years. At the end of the study, the nurses who slept 5 or fewer hours per night. They were 15% more likely to be obese than those who slept at least 7 hours a night. Weight gain has also been seen in experimental sleep deprivation studies. Some study allowed 16 adults only 5 hours of sleep per night for 5 nights. They gained an average of 1.8 pounds, 0.82 kilograms, over the short course of this study. Additionally, weight gain makes further bad in many sleep disorders, like sleep apnea. It's a vicious cycle that can be hard to escape. Poor sleep can cause weight gain, which can cause sleep quality to decrease even further.
2. Poor sleep can increase your appetite. Many studies have found that people who are sleep deprived report having an increased appetite. This is likely caused by the impact of sleep on 2 important hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is a hormone released in the stomach that signals hunger in the brain. Levels are high before you eat, which is when the stomach is empty, and low after you eat. Leptin is a hormone released from fat cells. It suppresses hunger and signals fullness in the brain. When you did not get adequate sleep, the body makes more ghrelin and less leptin. They make you hungry and increasing your appetite. Over 1,000 studies, people found that those short sleepers' durations had 14.9% higher ghrelin levels and 15.5% lower leptin levels than those who got adequate sleep. The short sleepers also had higher BMIs. Besides, the hormone cortisol is higher when you did not get adequate sleep. Cortisol is a stress hormone that may also increase appetite.
3. Sleep helps you fight cravings and make healthy choices. Lack of sleep actually alters the way your brain works. This may make it harder to make healthy choices and resist tempting foods. Sleep deprivation will actually dull activity in the frontal lobe of the brain. The frontal lobe is in charge of decision-making and self-control. Besides, it appears that the reward centers of the brain are more stimulated by food when you are sleep deprived. Thus, after a poor sleep night, not only is that bowl of ice cream seems more delicious, but you will not also make right decision by harder yourself. Furthermore, studies have found that short sleep can make you eat more foods that are high in calories, carbs and fat. A study of 12 men observed the effects of sleep deprivation on food intake. When pioneers were only allowed 4 hours of sleep, their calorie intake increased by 22%, and their fat intake almost doubled, compared to when they had 8 hours of sleep.
4. Poor sleep can increase your calorie intake. People who get poor sleep tend to consume more calories. A study of 12 men found that had slept only 4 hours all night. They ate an average of 559 more calories in the following day, compared to when they slept 8 hours a night. This increase in calories may be due to increased appetite and poor food choices, as mentioned above. It's so simple: stay awake longer, your body will need more energy. This is especially true when the time awake is spent being inactive, like watching television. Furthermore, some studies have found that the body burns a large part of the excess calories as snacks after dinner. Poor sleep can also increase your calorie intake by affecting your ability to control your portion sizes. This was demonstrated in a study on 16 men. Participants were either allowed to sleep for 8 hours, or kept awake all night. In the morning, they completed a computer-based task where they had to select portion sizes of different foods. The ones who stayed awake all night had selected bigger portion sizes, reported they had increased hunger and had higher levels of the hunger hormone ghrelin.
5. Poor sleep may decrease your resting metabolism. Your resting metabolic rate, RMR, is the number of calories your body burns when you're completely at rest. It's affected by age, weight, height, sex and muscle mass. Research indicates that sleep deprivation may lower your RMR. In one study, 15 men had stayed awake for 24 hours. Afterward, their MR was 5% lower than a normal night's rest, and their metabolic rate after eating was 20% lower. In the opposite side, some studies have found no changes in metabolism with sleep loss. Thus, more research is needed to determine if and how sleep loss slows metabolism. It also seems that poor sleep can cause muscle loss. Muscle burns more calories at rest than fat does, so when muscle is lost, resting metabolic rates decrease. One study put 10 overweight adults on a 14-day diet of moderate calorie restriction. Participants were allowed either 8.5 or 5.5 hours to sleep. Both groups lost weight from both fat and muscle, but the ones who slept only 5.5 hours lost less weight from fat and more from muscle. A 22-pound, 10-kilogram loss of muscle mass could lower your RMR by an estimated 100 calories per day.
6. Sleep can enhance physical activity. A lack of sleep can cause daytime fatigue, making you less likely and less motivated to exercise. In addition, you're more likely to get tired earlier during physical activity. A study done on 15 men found that when participants were sleep deprived, the amount and intensity of their physical activity decreased. The good news is that getting more sleep may help improve your athletic performance. In one study, college basketball players were asked to spend 10 hours in bed each night for 5 to 7 weeks. They became faster, their reaction times improved, their accuracy increased and their fatigue levels decreased.
7. It helps prevent insulin resistance. Poor sleep can cause cells to become insulin resistant. Insulin is a hormone that moves sugar from the bloodstream into your body cells to be used as energy. When cells become insulin resistant, more sugar remains in the bloodstream and the body produces more insulin to compensate. The excess insulin makes you hungrier and tells the body to store more calories as fat. Insulin resistance is a precursor for both type 2 diabetes and weight gain. In one study, 11 men had slept only 4 hours of sleep for 6 nights. After this, their body's ability to lower blood sugar levels decreased by 40%. This suggests that only a few nights of poor sleep can cause cells to become insulin resistant.
The bottom line. Along with eating right and exercising, getting quality sleep is an important part of a healthy weight plan. Poor sleep dramatically alters the way the body responds to food. For starters, your appetite increases and you are less likely to resist temptations and control portions. To make matters worse, it can become a vicious cycle. The less you sleep, the more weight you gain, and the more weight you gain, the harder it is to sleep. On the flip side, establishing healthy sleep habits can help your body maintain a healthy weight.
Thanks for your watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have more power to publish the next videos if you subscribe this channel and enable all notifications to make sure you never miss any videos in the future. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next videos.